I'm going to do a quick mustache trim, and I'm just looking to trim the middle portion of my mustache and maybe like 1/4 of an inch, because the lighting's not that great, but a lot of these little hairs either bend 90 degrees or even come this way at the end, and so I just want to trim just a little bit of that up and maybe kind of get it to straighten out a little bit. So got a comb, got my Aberlite Go-To. It's set to 280 degrees. I do have some oil on my mustache. I have a Boar's bristle brush and then a set of scissors. So first thing, coming through and just kind of straightening everything out. And then comb through it. Make sure we have what we want to cut. So everyone's different, you know, you got to find what you want your mustache to be. And if these grew any longer and tied into my tails, then I would never touch it. Or, you know, if there's like onesie or twosie hair that grew different, then that would be one thing. But these don't get really any much longer than right at the bottom of my bottom lip. So I don't mind trimming them. The hairs on the second third of my mustache do start getting long enough to tie into my tail, so I don't want to touch those. And so I'll just come down. Again, it's not even gonna be anything anyone can tell, but I can tell. And so I'm just gonna come down on an angle like this here, and then on the other side, the same thing, like that. So if I want to go anymore. If you're not sure if you want to go anymore, my suggestion is to always wait a day, 2, maybe a week. You can always take off more, but you can never put it back on. You just gotta let it grow back out. So I think that's it. Just those 2 snips that cut those little ends off. If you wanted to continue on and really, you know, dive into some of this other stuff, you just follow that angle. You know, pick an angle on one side, and then my suggestion is always to kind of go less than the angle on the other side and work your way up, because what you don't want to do is take more and then you got to take some on this side, and then you're always fighting that, and your mustache is going to end up being shorter, usually shorter than what you originally had planned. I was only taking off 1/4 of an inch, so I just snipped and snipped. And now my hairs, with my mouth kind of like lips just touching, these middle hairs come to mid lip when they came down to here before. So about 1/4 of an inch. All right, I did trim the center last night. This is a continuation. I'm just gonna add it to the videos. I haven't posted it yet, but my right side is quite a bit longer than my left side. So first thing I do, I want to take off, there's like 2 or 3 hairs up here, and then I want to try and get this side as close to, I'm okay with it being a little bit longer, but it's quite a bit longer right now, and that's starting to bother me. So But I'm glad I didn't do it last night. Kind of waited. Always don't be scared to wait. All right, so now we're straight across there. And let's see if we can see it. So that's what I cut off. And like if we take, you can see this one comes to the, so we're basically level with the nose there. Look how much is over on this side. And I don't know if I want to take all of it, but again, take less than you think, and you can always take more. So it's okay to trim, right? You think it's shorter, and I mean, technically it is, but it'll look fuller when the tips are thicker. And this side is still a little bit longer, but I'm gonna leave it that way for now. I'm not chasing perfection, just trying to get it a little closer. Yeah. So that's it. So I always recommend putting some stuff. I put in some Cal's beard balm, like a light wax. Right, gives me hold. And then I took some of his wax and I literally just put it on the tips just to make sure that I held the tips completely together because they were starting to fray. The balm didn't have enough hold. So balm everywhere, and I just put a little bit of wax on the tips. Much more even cut. So let me know, do you guys do your own trimming? Do you have someone else do it? Are you nervous to do it? You just take it slow, right? Go slow. You know, it's kind of like, you know, the carpentry rule, you know, measure twice, cut once, you know, always take less than you want, and it's easier to take more, beard or mustache.